Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is just a breaking news. As Ruto's lawyers drop out of GACHAGUA impeachment case, citing the president cannot be subject to civil proceedings. Now, when these lawyers are coming out to withdraw from this case of regarding GACHAGUA'S impeachment in court, I have a question. Why did William Ruto then swear an affidavit? What was the role and purpose of that? Now, they have already have the script. And they think Kenyans are fools. But let me tell you, they will not believe. The National Assembly and the Senate Assembly is not as the same as the court. It is only going to be the same if what I've said here, the reason why William Ruto sworn an affidavit was just to have a script how the case of Rigathi Gachagua was going to be blocked and abandoned by the court. I want you to listen to William Ruto's lawyers, citing that going forward, they are not going to be part and parcel of this civil proceedings of this case of Rigathi Gachagua. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, just do me a favor, ensure you like the video. When you like the video, you automatically support the work that I'm doing in this channel. Because sometimes you watch the video and you forget liking the video. This is just a reminder. As you watch, ensure you like the video. Thank you so much. Let us listen to William Ruto's lawyers withdrawing from the impeachment case, citing that the president cannot be subject to civil proceedings.
Bring to the attention of the court that we shall no longer be acting for the sixth respondent in this matter, and to that effect we have filed a notice to cease acting on account of the Supreme Court decision that determined that the president cannot be subject to civil proceedings. So in that regard, we will not be able to act contrary to an express court order, and we have therefore filed a notice to cease acting, and we ask the court to deem that to be a sufficient notice that the person named as the sixth respondent is now unrepresented in these proceedings.
Thank you, Dr. Kamotho. However, we are not inclined to do anything this afternoon except the business of the two files before the court. After that, we can take directions as may be necessary.
Most obliged.
So Kenyans, while appearing before the three-judge bench consisting of Justice Eric Ogolla, Anthony Mrima, and Frida Mugambi, Ruto's lawyers Adrian Kamotho, Njenga argued that the head of state's decision to join the case contravened the law. Remember, this is a lawyer of William Samoei Ruto. But who forced them to file, or rather to sworn in an affidavit? In his argument, William Ruto's lawyer Njenga referenced a previous Supreme Court judgment that ruled that the president could not be enjoined to any legal proceeding such as the one filed by the former deputy president. Now, Ruto's lawyer informed the court that notice had already been filed seeking to discontinue President William Ruto, who had been listed as a sixth respondent from the ongoing court case. Now, I know some people will say, but again, it was not William Ruto who requested to be part and parcel of this case. But remember, when this case, ama wakati hii watu walikuwa na surveyor, you know, remember, William Ruto served as 6th respondent in court. And so he was to sworn in an affidavit. But on the process, when he was swearing in the affidavit, why can't William Ruto angefikiria na hilo yake na wangesubmit, wangefile kitambo na seeking the withdrawal from this case? But all along wamekuwa hata waki-act actively. So I think on Tuesday, October 2022, remember, the head of state through his lawyers protested the decision by the High Court to hear the case on the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. And so Ruto argued that the High Court in GACHAGUA, which was presided by Justice Richard Mwongo, had no power to hear such case, and that the matter was deemed to be heard by the Supreme Court. Do you remember when William Ruto said the case of Rigathi Gachagua was to be heard in Supreme Court, not High Court? So when they were served to be 6 respondents, they sworn in the affidavit. And that is where they gave their argument that a High Court in GACHAGUA, which was presided by Justice Richard Mwongo, had no power to hear such a case, and that the matter was deemed to be heard by the Supreme Court. Now, Ruto was forced to intervene after impeached Rigathi Gachagua moved to court to stop nominated DP Kindiki Kithure from being sworn in and assumed office. And conservatory order was served. So following the application, Kenyans, High Court Judge Chacha Mwita issued a conservatory orders stopping Kindiki Kithure's swearing in. So according to Justice Chacha, the petition raised pertinent constitutional questions that of course needed to be heard, and a bench of judges appointed by the Chief Justice Martha Koome was to be formed. But immediately that conservatory order came, we were told Chief Justice was not in the country. And so the Deputy Chief Justice was the one who appointed this 3-judge bench, not in accordance to the Constitution. Now the court is arguing, as far as this is like administrative, so DP Chief Justice was having a right. DP Chief Justice was having a right to appoint these 3 bench judges. But remember, I've analyzed a video just 1 hour ago, where we are being told that it is not constitutional for the Deputy Chief Justice to appoint the 3-judge bench. Where was Martha Koome? Even if she was in US, she was having that power to appoint. And so all these dramas you're seeing is because William Ruto was so determined to scatter this case, and no one was to succeed from the team of Rigathi Gachagua. And that is why, despite of him being served as 6th respondent, he went ahead, sworn an affidavit, and he came out raising some issues through his lawyers that a High Court in GACHAGUA was not to listen to this case, that this case was to be directed to the Supreme Court. In other words, William Ruto never wanted this case to be heard in High Court, Court of Appeal. It was directly to the Supreme Court. And William Ruto had already interfered with everything. Because as much as you can see, look at what William Ruto has done in the National Assembly. He has confused everything there. The same to the Senate Assembly. The man is so determined to destroy everything and to scatter everything. In terms of this case, is so concerned. And I believe that is the course that William Ruto is having. And that is the only agenda that William Ruto is having. But again, the question that you must ask yourself, even despite of William Ruto withdrawing from this case, have you ever asked yourself why William Ruto has withdrawn? Because already seems like they have scripted everything and they are having already result. There is a communication coming from behind the scene. There is a communication coming from the behind the scene. And that is what is happening. But again, remember, as much as the constitution must be followed, do you think that the judiciary will serve us with justice? Leave alone even the case of GACHAGUA. We are having cases all over. We are having cases all over. But again, the justice is not being served. Justice is not being served. That is it. That is it, Kenyans. Hatu seme nini? Justice has not been served in several cases. So ukiona William Ruto anatapatapa left, right, center, ni kitu washapanga na umemaliza with the result at the end of the day. So I don't see anything. The sasa maybe hao washajua kenye inafanyika, sasa watoke, washa script everything, so baadaye utasikia Kindiki Kithure anaenda kuwa sworn in. In the case of GACHAGUA, might be thrown out. But again, remember one thing. This is about the constitution. It's not about administrative. It is about constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye-bye till we meet in another video.